Welcome back, guys, from Rights to Vets. Today is October 12th, 2020, and the time is 5:20 p.m. I'd like to talk to you about socialism a little bit in America. You know, us veterans, we defended this country so we could have freedom, and our grandkids and our kids could have freedom. But apparently it's not working out that way. We have a government right now that wants to go socialism. And just to give you an idea how socialism is going to happen, and a lot of this stuff right here you see this lady about, you're going to see that is happening right now in America. But she sounds a lot better than I do, and she looks better. So I'll let you listen to her, and we'll see what happens here, all right? And then I'll come back to you later on. Here we go.
There was a South American country with a promising future. It had a functioning democracy, a rapidly developing economy, and a growing middle class. All the important indicators, including education, healthcare, and foreign investment, were pointed in the right direction. It was far from perfect, but the mood was hopeful, and with good reason. But now all that promise is gone. The country is a failed state, a hollowed-out shell of its former self. Services like power and water are sporadic. The most basic consumer goods, from bread to toilet paper, are in chronically short supply. Crime has skyrocketed. Freedom of the press is almost non-existent. Democracy has been replaced by a virtual dictatorship. The country is, I'm sorry to say, my beloved Venezuela, a place in which my family has deep roots. I can tell you what happened to it in one word: socialism. In 1999, then candidate for president Hugo Chavez promised to lead the people of Venezuela to a socialist paradise. His theme was Esperanza y Cambio, hope and change. Venezuela is a nation of great wealth, Chavez said, but it's being stolen from its citizens by the evil capitalists and evil corporations. This wrong would be righted, he assured the voters, if they elected him. And they did, to their everlasting regret. Chavez drew inspiration from his mentor, Fidel Castro. Like his mentor, he enjoyed giving speeches that sometimes lasted as many as 7 hours. He even gave himself his own weekly television show, where he would spontaneously break into song. Here's a rule: when your nation's leader starts singing on national television, you're in trouble. Under Chavez, the government of Venezuela took over industry after industry. The government, he assured everyone, would run these businesses better than private enterprise, and the profits would be shared by the people. With great fanfare, he tore up contracts with multinational oil and gas companies and demanded that they pay much higher royalties. When they refused, he told them to leave. They did. His image was burnished by Hollywood celebrities who flocked to see the great work he was doing, taking money from the rich and giving it to the poor. Progressive politicians from the US and Europe also praised him, lavishly. Here's another rule: when Hollywood celebrities visit your country to praise your leader, you're in trouble. When the leader sings on national television and is praised by Hollywood celebrities, you're doomed. Socialism always works in the beginning, so people are fooled in the beginning. It's easy for governments to confiscate money, but eventually, there's no more money to confiscate. In the case of Venezuela, I mean that literally. People who could get money out of the country did. Many left the country altogether. Nearly 2 million, according to Venezuelan sociologist Tomás Paez. The wealth creators continue to create wealth, but they created it somewhere else, Miami or Madrid, and other places around the world. When Chavez first ran for president in 1999, he said he would leave in 2 years if people weren't happy with him. But, like Castro, Chavez never had any intention of giving up power. He died in office in 2013, replaced by his vice president, Nicolás Maduro. Maduro is Chavez without the charisma or the voice. The country is now a pariah, shunned by the world and isolated. It's so bad that many international airlines refuse to fly there. People stand in lines for hours just to get food. Sometimes they walk away empty-handed. A recent survey found that 75% of Venezuelan adults lost weight in 2016, an average of 19 pounds. This national weight loss program is known cynically as the Maduro diet. Still, Maduro holds onto power. Opposition leaders and journalists who report the truth are jailed. Venezuela is a cautionary tale. Once a country goes down a socialist path, there's no easy way back. And the longer a country stays socialist, the harder it is to reform it. Venezuela has been socialist for 2 decades. If you don't think it can happen here, whether here is the United States or Europe or anywhere else, you're fooling yourself. When people get used to depending on the government, no matter how poor they remain, that dependency is hard to break. That's why you should never buy the socialist lie. Socialism is a drug, and like a drug, it feels great at first, but eventually it will ruin your country, just like it ruined Venezuela. I'm Debbie D'Souza for Prager University.
All right, we had a little sample of socialism. Sounds familiar, eh? What's going on in the United States? Our politicians, they don't care about us Americans anymore. It's all about power, money, grab. That's all it is anymore. It's not about American freedom anymore, our first or second, or any of our amendments. They want to run it their way. While we suffer, they're going to be having the best food, the best everything, from traveling to flying, and we are going to be sitting back eating crow and eating nothing and getting nothing. When you divide a country up in America, you can bet 2 to 1 it's going to be going down, and we won't have America anymore. Of all the presidents that I ever had seen in my lifetime, President Trump is one of the best. And the only reason why they hate him because he doesn't want socialism in this country. He knows what's going to happen. And it's a shame. And the bad thing about it is us vets who have died, and I know for a fact in World War II, 75 million died. And that's not just counting American people, but our allies died. And for what? For nothing. Just to see what's going to happen here in America. Anyway, I'll keep my mouth shut. I'll let you listen to this. You decide what you think and go from there.
No justice! No justice! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter!
All lives matter. All lives matter, bro. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? All lives matter. All lives matter.
Out here to be divisive against you
I
guys.
do understand.
We're out here because black people need to stop dying.
You're
White
right.
people need to stop
You're
dying.
right. And white people need to stop
And
dying
that's-
too. Everybody needs to stop dying.
Fund the police, real smart. Why don't we come over there and then you see if you call the police? I don't care where you're from. Doesn't mean nothing to me.
Please stop!
Hey, you're the fucking ringleader that set this whole thing up. Go get your fucking microphone and go start fucking talking again.
Fucking yelling at them, niggas yelling at me still.
No lives actually matter because life will go on with all of us dead.
Oh yeah?
Are you okay with that? You guys want company? Keep your stupid ass back.
Let's go, baby boy, back up. Get out.
This is giving what they give.
It's not happening. Then you're gonna respect the movement, because I'm not gonna put up with it.
Oh,
And
you're
I
not
know
gonna put up
this
with
man
it,
gave me
big
his
man.
word.
Big
We're
man.
not doing no violence
Big
today.
man, stand up
You
and
aren't
say,
gonna
"Can you sit
antagonate
down
this.
right now?"
You aren't
That's
stealing the
right, we're
message
here.
from these people. It's not happening.
If black lives don't matter, all lives do not matter. How do you make your fucking sense? All lives matter. Black
my face by doing that.
You're not funny at all.
Because he's
I'm
trying
trying
to
to
ask you a question. You came up with my brother
All
was
these
talking
people
and telling his story, blaring your bullshit ass.
It's a great argument.
Telling these cops that you done and you laughing because you guys were on your side.
Not trying to go there. Move over. If they attack, you have your business. But we are not rugby tough, and I don't know if all y'all can fight. I'm keeping 100. So keep your ass over here on the sidewalk, please, until you get further direction. Please and thank you.
What's up, B? Bunch of little punk kids rocking around. Oh my God.
Take your mask off.
Sorry about that.
Hey, I can't breathe.
Sorry about the blooper there. Anyway, you get the idea. So, like my dad told me a long time ago, charity begins at home. And America has to have charity, meaning that the government hasn't been doing their job for us. We have bad infrastructure, the roads, the bridge. We pay the highest in education, and our kids are not getting properly educated other than being indoctrinated into socialism. And you can see the results here with Antifa, Black Lives Matter. 3/4 to 90% of the people out there protesting Black Lives Matter and Antifa, they're kids. And they don't know any better. And I feel sorry for them. That's our government. And it's a shame. It really is. These kids didn't have a chance in life. They got too much time in their hands. And it's wrong. Terribly wrong. But if this nation keeps going the way it is, we're going to be divided. This election that's coming up in November, we'll find out what's going to happen one way or another. Either way, there's going to be a protest. If Trump wins, there's going to be a big protest. And if Biden wins, there's going to be a big protest. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, people. But I know I didn't go into service, or my fellow followers and veterans didn't go into service for this. We wanted this land to be free. I don't know. It just hurts. But anyway, you decide what you want to do. Write the comments if you like it. Subscribe. Put the thumbs up on it, and I would appreciate it. Again, thank you very much. Right for Vets, we're out. And as usual, God bless y'all.